Very good morning, dear children. We are going to continue with chapter 5 inside the atom. Now, we have already covered up with the first 3 points. Now, we're going to look at valence electrons today. Okay, so these are the four statements which you need to remember. First one we've already learned, that is what is valency. Valency is nothing but the number of chemical bonds which can be formed by the atom. Even though you have learned this previously, this concept of this statement, that number of chemical bonds, that you're going to be understanding today when you're finding out valence electrons and valency. Okay. Second statement is the outermost shell is called as the valence shell. Now, when we were solving for electronic configuration, you must have seen that there are many atoms which have only one shell, like hydrogen. There are many atoms which have two shells, like carbon. There are many which have three shells, like sodium, and many which have four shells, like bromine. So, whenever you are looking at the atom, whichever shell is the last shell or is the outermost shell, you can also call it as being the valence shell. So in hydrogen, the K shell is the valence shell. Why? Because it has only one shell in it. Okay. In carbon, the L shell, that is the second shell, is the outermost shell, and therefore it will be called as the valence shell. So whenever you are drawing the atomic structure, if the last shell or the outermost shell will be called as the valence shell. Okay. Now, how many electrons are there in that shell, in the outermost shell? Those electrons are called as valence electrons. Okay. How many ever electrons are there in the outermost shell or in the valence shell, those will be called as valence electrons. Okay. And the last is valency of an element is same as the number of its valence electrons if this number is 4 or less than 4. Now, if an atom has 1 as its valence electron, then its valency will also be 1. If an atom has 2 as its valence electron, then its valency will also be 2. If it has 3 as valence electron, valency will be 3. If it has 4 as its valence electron, valency will also be 4. But when the valence electron number exceeds 4, that means when the valence electron is 5, or if it is 6, or if it is 7, or if it is 8, then there is one small formula which you have to follow to understand what the valency is going to be. Okay. These are concepts which are definitely going to be cleared after this lecture. So you have, when you're looking at examples, you'll understand everything. Okay. So this is a table with the help of which we're going to be understanding the concepts of valence electron and valency. This is already there in your text, but I have slightly modified it. Okay. So the first one is symbol of element. So these are the examples which we are going to be looking at today. H, that is hydrogen, chlorine, neon, fluorine, sodium, magnesium, carbon and aluminium. These are the elements, these are the atoms which we are going to be looking at. Now in that same column you have another column where there are numbers like 1, 17, 10, 9, 11, 12, 6, 13 written. It is the atomic number. As I told you in the last class, you cannot find electronic configuration without knowing the atomic number. So that is why specifically I have written the atomic number so that it becomes easy for us to find out the electronic configuration. So the third column is electronic configuration, which obviously we know it very well now. The next column is number of valence electron. Now, this is very much related to your electronic configuration. Whenever you are writing the electronic configuration, whichever is the last number, I repeat, whichever is the last number in your electronic configuration, that becomes your valence electron. Alright, we look at it, don't worry. After that, you have the next column which is written as 8 minus x, and it's written for x is more than or equal to 4. So what does this mean? It means that whenever your valence electron number is 4 or more than 4, you will follow the formula of 8 minus x to find out the valency of the element. Okay, I repeat, whenever valence electron is 4 or if the number is more than 4, you are going to follow the formula 8 minus x to find out what the valency of the element is going to be, and valency, that is the last con valency of the element. Okay, now in this table they have already solved two examples of hydrogen and chlorine, but still we will just look at it. So the first column we look at, hydrogen is 1 and chlorine is 17. Based on this you're going to find out electronic configuration. So hydrogen is 1 as the atomic number, so that 1 is already there in the first column we have put. Okay, and chlorine is 17, so 17 it is, so we have put 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the second shell, and 7 electrons in the third shell. Okay, so the same thing they have written here. So you have hydrogen is 1, the electronic configuration is 1. Because it has only one electron, the valence electron will also be 1. Okay, now this 1 is a number which is less than 4, and that is why you don't have to even calculate it actually. It directly becomes valency of the element, that is 1. Okay, but if you look at chlorine, just now we saw what is the electronic configuration. It is 2, 8 and 7. Now you have written 2, 8, 7, so the last number is 7. That is 7 electrons are there in the outermost shell or in the valence shell. So 7 becomes the valence electron, so that we have written in the next column. Number of valence electron is 7. Now because 7 is a number which is more than 4, I am going to follow the formula 8 minus x, where x is 7. Okay, so I have written 8 minus x or 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So 1 becomes the valency of the element. Okay, we'll quickly look at the next example. You're going to understand this, don't worry. As we're looking at examples, you'll understand. So neon is the third one which you're going to find out. It has the atomic number of 10. Okay, so that means it has 10 electrons in its atom. So just see the electronic configuration. So 10 electrons are there. From 10 I can put only 2 in the first shell, so I put 2 in the first shell, and 8 are remaining, so 8 I've put in the second shell. So neon has 2 in the first shell and 8 in the second shell. So we'll write the electronic configuration. So this is my electronic configuration, 2, 8. Now here 8 is in the outermost shell, or 8 is in the valence shell, so 8 will become the valence electron. So 8 is the valence electron. Now 8 is something which is more than 4. 8 is a number more than 4, so I have to follow the formula 8 minus x. So I will do 8 minus 8, which is 0, so 0 becomes the valency. Now if you look at the last column, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 0 you have got. Okay, what does that mean? It means that the first element that we saw, hydrogen, can form one bond with another element. Okay, similarly chlorine. Chlorine has a valency of 1, so it can form one bond with another atom. Neon has valency of 0. What does that mean? It means that neon does not form any bond with any atom. That is why the valency is 0. So valency is giving you an idea of how many bonds can be formed with other atom. Okay, let's look at the next example, fluorine. Fluorine has atomic number of 9. So atomic number 9. So from 9 I'm going to put 2 electrons in the first shell. So I have 7 remaining, 7 I put in the second shell. So 2 and 7. So 2, 7 becomes my electronic configuration. Now 7 electrons are present in the outermost shell or in the valence shell. So that becomes my valence electrons. 7. Now again this is a number more than 4. So what you will do, you will solve it with the formula 8 minus x. So this is going to be 8 minus 7, which is equal to 1. So valency is 1. So how many bonds can fluorine form? Fluorine can form one bond with another atom during any chemical reaction. Okay. Next, sodium. Sodium has atomic number of 11. So you will find out the electronic configuration. So 11, so I put 2 in the first shell, 8 in the second shell, and 1 in the third shell. So it is 2, 8, 1. So I'm going to write this 281 is the electronic configuration, which is a last number. The last number is 1. That means 1 electron is present in the outermost shell or in the valence shell. So 1 becomes my valence electron. Now, is there any need to use the formula? No. Why? Because this 1 is a number that is less than 4. Whenever it is less than 4, you have no need of using the formula. That itself becomes your valency. So, sodium has valency of 1. No need of using the formula. So, one chemical bond can be formed by sodium with another atom. Okay, let's look at the next one. Magnesium has atomic number of 12. So this is how it's going to be formed. 12 electrons. So from that, 2 I will put in the first shell, 8 I will put in the second shell, and 2 again I will put in the third shell. So the electronic configuration will be 2, 8, 2. Last number is 2, so 2 becomes my valence electron. Again, there is no need of using the formula because 2 is less than 4. So directly you will say that valency is 2. So magnesium can form 2 bonds with an atom during any chemical reaction. Next, carbon. Atomic number is 6. Atomic number 6, from that 2 will come in the first shell and 4 will be in the second shell. So the electronic configuration is 2, 4. Alright. From this, the last number is 4, or there are 4 electrons in the outermost shell or the valence shell. So that will become my valence electron. 4. Now here you will use the formula, because if you look at the column, it is written for x is more than or equal to 4. So here the valence electron is 4. It's equal to 4. So you will use the formula, that is 8 minus x. So 8 minus x means 8 minus 4, which is 4. So 4 becomes my valency of the element. So carbon can form 4 bonds with another atom. Alright. And the last one is aluminium, which has the atomic number of 13. So 13 it is. So I'm going to put 2 electrons in the first shell, 8 electrons in the second shell, and 3 electrons in the third shell. So the electronic configuration will be, so we are going to be writing 2, 8, 3. So 3 is my last number, or 3 electrons are present in the outermost shell or the valence shell. So 3 becomes my valence electron. There is no need of using the formula because 3 is less than 4. So you directly write that 3 is the valency of the element. So aluminium has a capacity to form 3 chemical bonds with another atom during any chemical reaction. Okay, I hope this is very it's actually very simple. Okay, and I hope it is clear. Now these are the 2 tables which you will be solving. It is there in your text. Same method you have to follow. Okay, that is it's written, let's discuss the first table. Now it's written element hydrogen, carbon, sodium, chlorine, nitrogen. So H, C, Na, Cl and N. Okay, now it's written Z. Z is nothing but it is the atomic number. So you have to consider these numbers, that is 1, 6, 11, 17 and 7. You have to consider that to be the atomic number means what? The number of electrons. Alright. And then they are asking number of electrons in the outermost shell. Now if you want to find out the number of electrons in the outermost shell, it is important that you find out the electronic configuration first. So you will have to draw the atomic structure of all these elements and then find out what is the electron in the outermost shell. Okay, same thing you have to do it for the next table also, where they have written element lithium, carbon, magnesium and oxygen. Number of electrons they have given, instead of Z they have written it as number of electrons, so it's 3, 6, 12 and 8. And electronic configuration, for this you have to draw the atomic structure, find out the number of valence electron and then the valency. Same thing what we've done previously, that only they have written but in another format. Okay, so you're going to be solving this. Once you solve this, valence electron and valency will become clear. I hope this is clear till now. Okay, thank you.